Welcome to Pagan Crafting. I'm your host, Kara. Today on Pagan Crafting, we're going to do an art magic sigil, activating this sigil through art. And then we're going to use that sigil and we're going to make a spell bag with that as well for home protection against bad vibes and all bad entities. So join me today as we do some art magic. Oh, I'm excited. First sigil of 2024. I love my sigil book. I haven't done too many in here yet for you, so let us just have a quick peek at some of them that we've done on the channel. This sigil book I'm only saving for my art magic, the ones that I've activated through painting, through art, through the intention of color. I make sigils quite a bit, and I have another complete book of hundreds of sigils and bind runes, and I've shared them all in shorts on my channel. But this one is just for art magic activation. Let's look over some of my sigil worksheets. You can download these off my Etsy store, and it is available on the Meet Me Coven Witch at all times, and I will occasionally post the sigil worksheets throughout the year in the Witchling and Grimoire Club category. But for now, you can download these on my Etsy store. So I have 4 of these to choose from, and I think I'm going to go with the grid here. So I wrote it down in pencil here first, but I'm going to do it in a felt pen so you could see it. It was hard for you to see, so I'm just going to go over that. So we're going to do protect my home from all bad vibes and entities. Then we're going to remove all the vowels first and any double consonants. Going over your letters which you have remaining. Now, normally I wouldn't have something this wordy. This is far too many letters to rock into a tiny sigil, but I really need all this in this protective symbol. So I'm going to try to make this work. Yeah, 14 letters. I don't normally do a sigil that big. Now what you do next is you look up at the corresponding chart above and you find your letter and then you translate that to a number. And if you have any repeating numbers, that's okay, but if there's any repeating numbers like the 4-4 right beside each other there, I would take out one of the 4s. Now you can do straight lines or curved lines. I start off with a circle and I finish with a line. Now when you're doing this sigil, again, you can do arch lines, straight lines, curved lines, as long as you're reaching any point in the square. I'm just trying it out a couple times to see. I have the space there to write it out. Yeah, the top one's too muddled. I love the bottom one. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one from a magical sigil. And I've sketched out the sigil and I'm going to line it here first. I was thinking of doing kind of a Celtic under-over. I like doing that. It's like one of my favorite things to do when I do sigils. But I changed my mind. I think I'm going to just go solid. Do some stylized, some thinner and some thicker points on it. And I'm going to rock just a fun background. So black is also a protective color. It absorbs negative energies. I'm going to be using blue, purple, and yellow. And when I drop the yellow into the blue, it created green. So that translated from communication into a healing energy, which is cool. The blue is going to be for calming, relaxing, to help the environment be at ease, because if you're a little stressed out, if your house has entities, they're going to feed off that stress and that fear. So the blue is to help calm that essence of your emotions. Now, the reason why I've chosen this home protection symbol to have bad vibes and negative entities to be dispersed in it is that bad vibes represent everything, including the people that come across your threshold, people that leave their shit behind or leave their residual goo behind after a bad day. This helps absorb and keep away that energies. So it's all about maintaining it after you've rocked it. So it's going to be about maintaining your energy after you've used this sigil. We're going to make some spell bags to go with this, and I have a shelf life and expiry date of 3 months. And then I'm either can recharge it or dispose of it and make something new to now help maintain my area. So the reason why I'm making this to kind of eradicate bad vibes and entities is because I have my house. I don't have bad vibes in my house, but it's just to ward off anybody bringing in any of their own crap into my home. So it's kind of a preemptive strike. But the bad vibes I have with some negative entities in my house, I have to keep them at bay and constantly recharge my force field in my home. So I'm making this to help me out in my home to keep them at bay, for they've been here longer and they're pretty ancient. But you know what? They're bugging my daughter. So I am making this sigil for a home protection against entities, bad juju. So hence why I'm choosing the colors that I am. Now I'm activating this sigil by painting it. I can later photocopy it and burn it by activation. I can soak it in water. Using yellow to communicate my needs for what I need for these spell bags that I'm going to be making for this sigil and for my house. Now, I have a friend of mine in the States that is also dealing with a few of the same things that I have, but she has problems with the land that she's on. So unless she moves, in this case, which we have tried everything, there's nothing she can do but keep things at bay and keep a force field up. So what these little spell bags I'm going to be using for here, you'll see just after I make this sigil, that they're going to be like little grenades all over the house to like pew, pew, kind of like if anything trespasses over it, it's going to absorb it and get rid of it and take it away from my daughter, because I don't want it around the house anymore. So that is my plan with these little spell bags. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make some little tags for these little spell bags for 2 reasons. One, I'm going to throw down a sigil on it so I know what the heck's in the bags. I make these little spell bags all the time, and then I know what I'm doing. And then, you know what, sometimes it's set it and forget it, and that's cool. But with these ones, I need to have an expiry date on it because they're going to be doing a lot of work. So my expiry date is 3 months, and then I'm going to recharge or completely get rid of them. We'll see how their energy feels. Cutting out some paper here, some little 2 by 1.5 inches, and hit the corners, do a little dot in the top. And I printed out my sigil onto some stickers. I scanned my sigil into my computer, and then I went on to avery.com. And there you can type in your sigil package, or your sticker package number, and then you can print out exactly what you need. Now the sticker want it being a little bit off-centered, so I'm just gonna cut that out. So I'm putting the little sigils on here to know what the heck I put in these bags. And I'm also going to write on here an expiry date so I remember. You can also take the tag later, activate it, burn the paper and the sigil, and then put the remnants of that into your spell bag. I've got some black cloth here. I went out and bought a brand new t-shirt for some cotton material. I didn't want anybody else's essence. I know you can cleanse everything, but I just felt like something newer. So instead of going to buy material at the store, I bought a $5 shirt at a print shop. Nice big extra large shirt for $5. Brand new black. Let's get into our black salt here. So the black material is used to absorb the negative energy. It's actually most associated with protection and uncrossing, but it can be used to ward off any negative vibes that you may be thrown your way. Rocking in here with the black salt is a really good magical protective tool to keep your environment safe. I love it. You can sprinkle it around your environment to keep unpleasant people out or things from crossing into your sacred space. This black salt was made from the sacred fires of one of my summer gatherings that I held last year. The vibe of the energy of the people that attended that night empowered up the sacred fire coals that I use in this black salt for this spell. Rosemary, ruled by the sun and fire, is for protection, love, lust, mental powers, exorcism, purification, healing, and sleep cleansing. The purification properties ensures always a good sleep and drives away any nightmares. So we are getting bothered by the entities in our house, and they are also causing sleeplessness. I got one under my bed and one underneath my daughter's bed, and the crystals and things that I have right now are not good enough. So we're gonna rock into some little spell bags, like little grenades all over my house. Let's bring in some rue, ruled by Mars and fire. Good for healing, health, mental powers, exorcism, once again, love. It breaks curses and hexes that may be cast against you. It's also added to exorcism, incenses, and mixtures. It's protective when hung up at the door, placed under the floorboards to send back any ill spells against you. Next I have is my bay leaf. I like to write down my intention of the spell onto my leaf. It's ruled by the sun and the element fire. See a theme here? It's good for protection as well. Psychic powers, healing, purification. It's a strength and protective herb used to warn as an amulet, even to ward off negativity and evil. You can either burn or scatter it during exorcism rituals and place in the windows, protects it against lightning, as well as hung up to prevent poltergeists from working mischief in the house. Luckily, I don't have a poltergeist in this house, but I've had them in other houses, and I've had bay leaf everywhere to help keep them at bay. It doesn't drive them away, but at least keeps them at bay. Cinnamon, ruled by sun and the fire, also good for protection, love, and psychic powers. Good for healing, success, and spirituality. Cinnamon can be used to protect yourself or your property when you find yourself under magical, spiritual, psychic attack. Cinnamon can be used to set up defense to repel forces that may be hostile and draining on you. Now I'm bringing in rose petals because I work a lot of my magic with love. Love is my major power. I have a lot of love in my heart. I got a lot of love to give, and I got a lot of love to spare. So, invoking the powers of Venus and water, love, psychic powers, healing, love, divination, luck, and rose petals are good for protection. Cat's eye crystal, also ruled by the sun and fire. It's a protection against negative energies. Cat's eye is believed to have the power to protect the user from negative energies, psychic attacks, and black magic. It enhances intuition, and this gemstone is said to enhances one spiritual awareness. Also a little good for creativity as well. My wishing crystals, also known as harmony crystals, ruled by Venus, moon, and the water. It's one of the most versatile and powerful stones in the crystal kingdom. It is said to amplify energy, cleanse negative energies, balance the body and mind, and it's also used to enhance the effects of other crystals and empower and enhance herbs in your magical spells. Now I'm using some purple embroidery thread, choosing the purple, because what does it mean to me? For me, psychologically, it's a color that promotes harmony of the mind, emotions. It's good for mental balance, stability, peace of mind. It is also a link between the spiritual and physical world, and is thought, between thought and activity. Using an evil eye bead is that they're designed to protect the person from the evil eye and warn off the evil that has been directed at them. You could also wear this as jewelry or have this on you as a symbol of it provides the wearer with both power and protection against evil spirits or bad luck. Everything I choose has a meaning, has a correspondence. I may not always choose exact magical, planetary, or physical day correspondence, but everything I use in my spell bags, from oils to anointing to herbs to crystals to the colors, will have a meaning for me. Now I'm going to be placing these all over my home. I've doused and asked where I should in my house to place them all. I've done some automatic writing and also found out where they like to reside. And I'm going to be putting the one under my bed, one underneath my daughter's bed, and another one in my daughter's window. For a friend of mine suggested that they could be getting in through the window. She was seeing a window or a mirror in my daughter's room in her mind's eye. So we're going to be using that to ward off any evil spirits that may try to get her amazing energy. So what I'm doing here is dating it. So I remember at the end of April to test the energy, whether they can be cleansed, like I said before, recharged, reuse, or if I need to, they are absorbed full and have done their work and now I need to dispose of them. I may have to burn them to completely dispose of them to release all the energies up into the universe. So now that I got a bunch of little bombs made so I could rock along my house, my sigil here, what I'm going to do is activate that When I'm ready, I will activate it with energy of Reiki, and that'll be good to go. Well, thanks so very much for chilling out with me today. Throw me down a little like and comment and see if you will make something like this. Let me know, and have yourself an absolutely magical day.